Hi, so this is going to be my video about my corrections made throughout my MWA2. So if you'll go all the way down here, I submitted this as a document, so I didn't have it posted on here, but for some reason the draft came up and it's not double spaced like the other ones, so that was one of the corrections I had to make throughout this, but yeah, so this is the first draft that I did. So from the advice that I got from the peer reviews and the IA reviews, one of the things that I was told that I should do was to make a section for all other countries. So I did that. You can see that right here. That's what this paragraph was. Other countries' laws about physicians' assisted suicide when it comes to minors. So that's what I did for this paragraph. And then also I just did little things to try to make everything flow a little bit better. I also got some new quotes and added citations, and then just went through and read everything, again to make sure that I wasn't being repetitive or anything, which was something that I think was in the peer review, I'm pretty sure, was someone told me to make sure that I wasn't being redundant. So from the second draft to the very final one, a lot of your recommendations had to do with grammar. So I did try to change that. I also tried to add page numbers. For some reason, they're showing up kind of weird on this draft, but I copy and pasted all of these, just so you know. I copy and pasted them because for some reason I couldn't get the documents to upload on here properly. It just wouldn't work, and so I just wanted to make sure that when you looked at this that you would see my assignments, so I wouldn't, get points taken off because I didn't have any assignments on here, so I just copy pasted it. Anyway, kind of made the page numbers a little bit weird, but on the original document that I made, I fixed, page numbers. I also took away the spacing that you told me right here. I indented throughout the paragraphs. So another thing you told me to do is you wanted this first paragraph right here shortened. So what I did instead was I made a shorter intro paragraph and then left this as the body because I think that this, I feel like this could be its own paragraph because how I got pretty specific with it. So I just made my topic sentence my main point, I forgot what it's called, but I made that in this small paragraph so that I could take away some of the length. So let me see. So right here, I got a comment from you about how you didn't want me opening up with a quote, which makes sense if you wanted it to be like the topic sentence. So I changed that and then I left the quote. I also had quite a bit of difficulties making the changes that you recommended, just because to me personally, I just didn't know how to change it and make it sound better. Like, to me, it just didn't seem as clear and it didn't sound as good. So I did take away some of the quotes to try to make it a little bit more like I was analyzing the quotes, but this section has to do with the laws from other countries. So from my research, I wanted to put in quotes telling specifically what other countries were doing. So that's why I put so many quotes, because I felt like they fit together to organize my paper and support my point. So that's why I had them in there like that. So I do understand what you wanted me to do, but I just found it really difficult to do what you wanted me to do, but still make my paper come across the same way, if that makes sense. So that was the one issue I did have, because to me, I thought that it made sense. Like, I read through it a few times. To me, it did sound like it made sense, and I could understand, obviously I could understand what I was doing, but I felt like it was obvious what I was doing and clear. So that was the one thing that I had trouble doing. I do understand what you're talking about, but it was just difficult for me to frame the same argument. So anyway, yeah, I did take away some quotes on this, and I changed the first sentence. I also changed the grammar parts that you mentioned and the quotes and how I was doing that. And then I also changed my citations like you told me to. I made them spaced the way you wanted instead of a bullet point. So yeah, this those are all the corrections that I made on this one. Yeah, I know from my second draft to this final draft, I did have a lot of grammar and just like spacing issues. And but those were all the corrections that I made that I can remember. So hopefully my paper looks better. Like I said, it was just kind of difficult for me to make the corrections that you wanted and still make it sound like what I thought was clear and good. So I tried to incorporate what you mentioned, but still kind of keep what I was trying to do. But anyway, sorry that it's kind of getting long, but thank you.